Hello everyone and welcome to Easy Letter. Easy Letter is a tool from ARPA Canada to help you to quickly and easily send letters to the editor of your local, provincial, or national newspapers. Letters to the editor are sent from readers to a news publication in response to a news or opinion piece that they published. News publications will often have a dedicated section in either their print or online editions for sharing these letters with the public. It's a great way to get engaged and shape discussions in your local community. So let's get started with this tool. We start by going to easyletter.arpacanada.ca, and here on the first page is the welcome screen, and we'll start by entering our information. Once we've entered our information, we can click Next. All right, on this panel, we'll see the Select a Topic panel, and so essentially what this is picking out the particular topic for the letter to the editor that you're going to be sending. In this case, we have just a couple of options at the moment, but as this tool is used more and more, this topic list will obviously expand to more and more topics as well. Let's start by using the conversion therapy one today. All right, so on the right, your letter panel, what you'll notice here is that the top of the page is dedicated to the newspapers that will receive your letter. So based on your postal code, the system will identify newspapers that are close to you, both local and national and provincial newspapers. So obviously you can go through this list and remove any that you would prefer not to send it to, let's say. But there's also a tool here for finding more local newspapers. And so if we type in our region, or let's say we'll just go with Toronto more generally and see what there is available. And we can add a couple additional newspapers that way as well. Here we'll enter a letter subject. Now this obviously you're going to want to think about a little bit because the title of that will be important for convincing the editor of the newspaper that your letter is worth publishing. All right, so there's our subject. As we scroll down, you'll notice there are two panels here, left and right. The one on the left is a step-by-step series of guides that will help you to put your letter together. Obviously, this is slightly different than the Easy Mail system, so you are not provided with snippets to put the letter together, but rather a series of talking points and helpful hints for creating and drafting your letter. So keep that in mind. Additionally, in the next steps and other panels, as you click Next Step, it will provide you with additional information, research, and other things that you can use to build your letter more in depth. All right, so in this right-hand panel, we're going to start by writing our letter. All right, so our word count here is at 158. That's something important to note because essentially our word count, we're not going to want it to go over basically 200 or so. 150 is really the ideal to aim for. Most papers won't even consider your letter if it's over 200 words. So make sure you keep that in mind as you're putting this together. Another thing to keep in mind, because the topic is so short and due to the way that the newspapers will respond to your letter, it's important to keep on one topic, not to try to include various topics in your letter. If you want to include more in your letter, then you're going to want to ensure that you send multiple letters and even potentially be sending that to different newspapers as well. All right, so this looks good, and let's select Next. One thing to note as well is you have a Start Over button. If you click that, that will bring you back to the main panel and will delete anything that you've saved at this point. So just keep that in mind. All right, so here we have our Preview and Finalized page. Essentially, this one is giving you an idea of what you've written and the draft of what you've put together. All right, so at the top here it says you have up to 12 hours to cancel, send, or edit. So just keep that in mind as well. Once you hit the Submit button, it will send an email to your inbox. And from there, you will be able to basically give it the final approval to send it off to those newspapers that it was to be sent to. So here at the top, we see the newspapers in the To panel, the subject we put in there, and the body of the letter to the editor that we wanted to use. All right, if we're okay with this, then we're going to hit Submit. And that will go ahead and send our letter off. And that's it for Easy Letter. We hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, please let us know at info@arpacanada.ca. Thanks so much.